Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome back. If this is your first time here, I'm so glad that you've come. If you are new to tapping, I don't go into like the science behind it, the details behind it, but you will definitely have a full understanding of how to utilize it at the end of this hour together. And if you're back again, thank you so much for coming back and spending time with me. I'm I'm excited for today. If someone could let me know if you can hear me all right. I think you probably can because you're already leaving comments. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Bernice. Hi, Sneha. I'm so happy to be here with you. So if it's your first time here and you're like, what is EFT and why does she have black dots on her face? These are the tapping spots that we'll be using. And then there's a few that I didn't mark, like the top of the head. There's a few underneath where my clothing is. So I don't mark that. But this just gives you an idea of where about you want your fingers to land. You don't have to be exact on the spot. You just want to be covering the spot. So say like here, this area, this is probably the one that the most people feel insecure about. I don't know, am I hitting the right spot? And I saw someone do this once and I was like, oh, that's brilliant, because you're definitely getting both of these spots under your hand. So that works just fine to do. So this is to give you a guide to help you feel more secure in where you're tapping. But the point that we're trying to get is teeny tiny. It's what acupuncturists try to get hit with a needle. And our fingertips are a lot more broad of a tool to use for that. So don't concern yourself too much over that. Just follow along with me and you'll do grand. So let's see. All system okay. Thank you, Bernice. Hello, Gertie from South Africa. Hi, Deborah. Oh, you finally made it live. Yay. Hi, Alec. Okay. I did get a few emails and I was out of the office for a little bit this last week. So I didn't get to email back and forth and ask for permission to share names. So if I share your story and I don't say your name, I'm sorry. It's not personal. It's just I didn't get your express permission. So I'm not going to take that chance. And the theme that's kind of emerging is around safety and support. So I love it when that happens. You guys are all over the world and somehow you still seem to connect on similar themes with each other, even in just emailing me. So go ahead and drop in the chat the whatever's on your mind, what you came here to hopefully tap on today. And if you ever don't feel safe or comfortable putting it in the chat for everyone to see, you can always email me. My email is amanda@eftuniverse.com. And I can keep you anonymous like I'm doing for people today, or I'll ask your permission and you say, yeah, give me a shout out. I love doing that as well, just so that people in your community can put a name to you and express gratitude to you. So if that feels comfortable, that's why I would do that. So I will start off with, there are these two emails that I got that I'm keeping anonymous, but they're kind of two sides of the same coin. And so I'll just read a little bit and we'll go from there. So can we tap on something related to letting go? How to let go, not get stuck in thinking mode. Could include letting go of a friendship with a person who no longer wants friendship, letting go of a person or business who has wronged you, not listening to your needs, not being upfront and honest, even on a daily basis, just other people's behavior that you have no control over, but nonetheless you have an emotional response to. And sometimes, this person gets stuck there. And then another email asking, can we tap on not being safe to be vulnerable or being safe to show your feelings? And the reason why I feel like those two kind of merge at the same point is because what generally makes both of those feel acceptable to move forward is support, whether it's support of I need to express something and I need someone safe to express to, or I'm stepping forward into something new and I would really love support so that I don't feel alone here in this. And the expression of safety, idea of what safety is really interesting because it's very fluid, much like the concept of success or failure. We think it's clear cut because of what it is in our minds. But then if we have conversations with other people, it can become clear very quickly. Wow, this is a vastly different thing to other people than it is to me. Safety is the same, and that's something that I grappled with a lot too, because I wanted what I felt was external safety that I was kind of promised in my childhood, right? That I was little and I was vulnerable and I wanted to be kept safe by someone who was bigger, stronger, more powerful than me. And I wanted to be able to trust that. And I kind of got stuck there just due to events in my childhood where that safety I became aware of at a pretty young age didn't really exist. But I didn't have the cognitive ability to really process that or to upgrade it to anything that then made safety feel real or acceptable outside of those parameters. So when we're looking for safety and we're not able to find it in that sense, it can feel really uh, unsettling in life. So it's a really great foundational thing to tap on. Safety is one that comes up across the board at some point when people are doing EFT sessions to heal. So, and I just realized I got to talking about this and we haven't centered yet. So I'm obviously excited. So let's take a step back and just breathe. Take a breath in and out. And think about your body for a second. Are you holding tension anywhere? If you are, maybe give it a stretch. I'm feeling it a lot in my hands. I've been on my computer so much lately. I find myself making fists and I'm not, angry. It's just I've been in this position so much. Um, Roll your body, wiggle in your seat, whatever to give yourself just that little bit more release and comfort. And let's do another breath. Let's get centered together and intention. I'm going to place my hands over my heart. You're welcome to join me in that if you want. And just think for a second about why you're here and why you've shown up, what it is that you're hoping to get from today in giving support, in receiving support, in being seen, in being heard. And let's make the decision together right now that even though we're all over the world in all different time zones, all different countries, that we're here together right now for a singular purpose and that we all get to be participants in that we all get to feel loved and supported and seen, even if what we tap on today isn't the number one issue that you've come here for, even if what you've put in the chat may not get tapped directly on today, you still get to receive this time of peace and support from your community. Okay. Go ahead and open your eyes if you had them closed. And let's start tapping on safety. Even though I would like safety in my self-expression and safety from the expression of other people, and I'm not sure how to get that, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I don't feel as safe as I would like to, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though with safety, I know the problem, but I don't know the solution yet, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Safety. Being safe. Feeling safe. Feeling confident that I'm safe. Safe in my environment. Safe with people around me. Safe all by myself. Even though I have ways where I want to be safe, and I'm not yet, I acknowledge that I'm working on it. Even if right now I'm not entirely certain safety is possible, I acknowledge all of my thoughts, all of my feelings, and where I stand right now, and I accept them. It's okay for me to be unsure about safety. It's okay for me to be unsure about expressing myself. It's okay for me to be unsure about being able to handle other people's expressions. But how is it okay? Because when it happens, it doesn't feel okay. It doesn't feel okay or safe when someone says something that offends me and I think about it all day. It doesn't feel okay or safe when I express something and the other person hurts me with it. So even though I'm acknowledging this, I still don't see how that gives me my answer to feel safe. Looking for my answer. Looking for my answer to feel safe. Well, what is safe? Safe is an absence of being hurt. Safe is an absence of being scared. Safe is an absence of being threatened. So I can list what it isn't. But what is being safe? What is it that I feel or can define when I do feel like it's okay for me to express? What is it when I feel like it is okay for someone else to express and I don't have to take it on? Maybe it's giving myself permission. Maybe it's giving myself permission to not take things on, to allow someone to express something and I don't have to fix it. I don't have to fix it because it's a hole in them that needs to be changed. And I think I have a tool that can help. Or maybe I don't have to fix it, even though I think a different perspective could maybe serve them a little bit. Whatever it is, maybe I can feel a little bit more safe in an environment where it's okay for me to choose my engagement, or I can choose if I listen or walk away. I can choose how much emotion I put into it. I choose how much connection I offer to it. And allow myself to say, no, it's really okay. Not to feel guilty about it later, not to question myself about it, not to think I'm a bad person. Maybe safety is something along those lines. Okay, well, what about when I'm expressing or I have the desire to express? How is that safe? If I have no control over the other person, but I really want to share, what does that safety look like? Well, maybe that's permission to not have to please the other person. Maybe to tell myself it's okay if they get upset. I don't have to fix it and I don't have to get defensive about it. Maybe I can just listen to how it's affecting them and decide if I care or not. And maybe it's okay for me to know how I feel and not feel compelled to share. That I can make the choice to just have my feelings and have them to myself. Outward safety takes a lot of cooperation from all of the elements that are involved. So that's kind of difficult to find in its true form of being completely safe and nothing negative or wrong or bad is going to happen. That's more tricky. But maybe there's internal safety where I can think of what would allow me to feel safe in my own body, with my own thoughts, with my own actions. And I can release myself from the responsibility of making any other aspect of the environment safe as well. Safety. Safety for expression, both giving and receiving. Safety for me. My choice. My needs. Validating my needs. Taking action for my needs. Giving myself permission to create my own safety. Allowing myself to see my own safety as an expression of love and care for myself. Permission to see my own safety as a form of self-care as a form of function, as a form of a right, something that I need, just like breathing or water. As I further clarify what this internal safety looks like for me and how to incorporate it, I choose to deeply and completely accept myself through the process. Tap just a second longer. I feel like someone's really close to a yawn or something. Okay. There we go. So if you were one of the two people who wrote in, let me know if that resolved that for you, if I did that in a way that got it for you. If not, then let me know and we'll try again. I am going to look at the chat for a second. Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you for all the highs. I love that we say hi to each other. Okay, ongoing vertigo. Hi, Jackie. Anxiety and dread. Okay. I'm glad you're feeling better already, Madeline. Okay, failure. Abandonment if you can't perform. Okay. Insecurities. Okay, so I'm seeing a little bit forming around failure and like pass fail. Like if I don't reach this line, then bad things happen. So belief that we can heal and reach our goals. That there is something we're going to do a positive tap today. I can't remember if we've done this before or not yet, but tapping an affirmation in is a really wonderful way to approach something as well. If you just don't have the energy to go through like a deep dig everything out, rah, type tapping, um, it can feel more gentle to tap a good thought in, and you still get a good shift with it. So we will experiment with that in just a second. I'm going to read through this a little bit more. Tabitha on kids in school. Okay. Yeah. So multiple things that I'm seeing here on this pass fail line. It's something that we can go really broad with, but that I think will touch on so many things that all of you have put in the chat today. What I mean by pass fail is where we've kind of trapped in whatever it is that we're looking at in a very linear way. And there are many reasons why we do that. It's very difficult to move forward, in a very broad sense. We have legs and arms and eyes, they're all oriented to go in one direction. So we're very linear type beings. So when we get an overwhelm, when we get stressed, when we have a long-term issue, there's a strong tendency to try and pull that in, and make it smaller. Okay, well, how do I make this manageable? Not yet. How do I make it better? How do I make it better? How do I make this manageable? But that can also, in turn, block us from seeing other insights or believing in other insights. I mean, there are times just hope, can be too much because you've held out hope for so long and it just keeps stabbing you in the back. And now what do? We close that, down as well. So it's part of a survival technique, right? but in that, we tend to reach this pass fail mindset of, okay, this is when things are going to be okay. This is when things are going to be right. This is when, or on the other side of, if I don't hit this, then things are going to go wrong. If I don't do this, then things are going to be bad. If I don't do this, I'm not safe. If I don't. And so then it becomes this hyper reality of what we can receive or give and hit the bare minimum of safety. And that's such a buzz thing for our brains. So pass fail is the language I'm going to use for this tap. Put what you've put in the chat into that. What is your pass fail for what it is that you've got working for you or against you, whether you're chasing it or trying to run away from it? What have you decided is your pass fail on that? It is when this happens. It is only if this happens. And let's tap on that. And then we'll do our affirmation after that, because this is probably going to feel a little bit heavy. We'll want a little bit lighter of a thing. So take just a second as you're tapping and think about what it is that's just in front of you and your pass fail on it. Even though I deeply believe that this issue can only pass or succeed or be gone or realized in this particular way, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I believe with everything I've got that I know the line of failure with this thing, and there's just no other way. Even though I believe that, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now I feel a lot of overwhelm when I think of the parameters of this subject and the pass fail associated with it. I choose, even with all of that, to deeply and completely accept myself. We're going to tap on this spot. We're not going to swirl our eyes in the 9 gamut just yet. We're just going to tap on this spot, okay? This is where I am. And I have feelings about it. I have thoughts about it. Maybe I'm really tired of it, but it's always right in my face. But it's where I am. And maybe I know what to do, but I feel helpless to do it. Or maybe I've tried everything I can think of, and I don't know where else to go with it. Wherever it is that I am with it right now, I'm not happy about it, but I acknowledge it. And I accept that this is where we are. Doesn't mean I have to stay here. It's where I am with it. I'm going to switch back. And you see, the problem is me. The problem is me. I'm not smart enough, or I'm not capable enough. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough energy. I don't know how to be seen as worthy. all of this, it's my failure. And I know it's my failure because, well, I haven't hit that line of success yet. So therefore, I must be failing. And it's my thing, so it's on me, right? Not succeeding. So I must be failing. Failing to reach my goals. Failing to receive what I want. Even though right now I really see how my efforts are failing, or close to failing, or in danger of failing, I deeply and completely accept myself. Maybe I don't know why I accept myself or why I'm open to accepting myself with this, but you know what? I'm going to give it a try. Accepting myself. Accepting myself even though. Accepting myself no matter what I could put at the end of that sentence. Accepting that this is where I am. Maybe that will help me acknowledge what I need to see in order to get to a more comfortable place. But it's such a big task. And it's confusing. And I've had a lot of opinions about it. And what I'm doing right now, it's the best it's been. It's the best I've found. I don't know. I'm just really not sure. I'm not sure how to feel better or to see better in this situation. Well, if the part of me that I'm using to try and feel better and see better about this doesn't have any more options, maybe I'll try a different part of me. Feels like all of that's thought from my head. How does the rest of my body feel? What does this feel like in my heart? What does this feel like in my arms? What does this feel like in my spine? The emotions of this situation. The emotions in my body. So take a moment See where there are emotions in your body connected to this. You may feel it in one spot, you may feel it multiple places, you may feel multiple emotions. As I become aware of these spots in my body, these emotions in my body, I acknowledge them. I accept that they're there. It makes sense that I would have emotions about this. I wonder if there's something I can do that will help these emotions feel better, that will help these places in my body feel better. Helping my emotions. Helping my body. So if you have multiple, just select one. What is it that would make this feel better? Do I need to listen? Does it simply need to express? Maybe I need to cry, scream really loudly, find something that's okay to break, just talk, just ramble on. Maybe it needs a hug, just some intentional love put there with it. Maybe it needs music, music to match the mood, or music that's the opposite. But whatever it is that I'm feeling, and whatever it is that that feeling needs, I know it. And I can do it because it's mine. And I may not have the answers yet to address this whole big issue, but I can release myself from the false perception that until I get there, I'm failing. Because I can do something about these emotions in my body. And that's a success. That is forward progress. And that will feel really good to allow. And as my bigger solution continues to look for me as I look for it, I lovingly and willingly accept all of these little steps that I can find in my body. And as I give myself support in these little ways, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, take a breath. And that's definitely a beginning point. You know, there are a lot of things in the chat today that are very complex. And sometimes with complex things, you know, it's one perspective shift. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that. Woo! And that's it. But more often, what it is it's got so big in our heads and all we see is the boulder rather than walking up and seeing, oh, wait, there's little cracks here. I bet if I, oh, that knocked off a piece. And oh, now there's, there are little successes. There are always little successes. And that's so much more doable and manageable than trying to overcome the big thing that a lot of times as time goes on feels like it's getting bigger and bigger. So I hope that's helpful. I promised you a positive tap. I'm going to read to you what was said. And this is from a community member. She's given me express permission when she writes in. So it's Jamel. And she told me about, she just came out of a really intense thing that she was going through. She was feeling tense, anxious, fearful, afraid, was not pleasant. However, she was able to pull herself out because of the techniques that she knows now. So she asked for a tapping round that you can use when, even though you have all these tools, you kind of get sucked down into that more negative space, to turn it around and to allow yourself to kind of refocus on the positive and the getting through it and the outcome, rather than all of the heaviness of where you are in the moment. So and she wants to end with the knowingness that I can and will do this. So, and that fits the definition of what an affirmation tap would be. So I will use, I know I can do this. That's going to be the phrase that I plug in. If there's something that works better for you as an affirmation, go ahead and take a second and think about it. And we'll get going. I don't know what this is. Okay. I can do this. Even though I'm up against something intense right now, I know I can do this. Even though right now my emotions are all over the place, I know I can do this. Even though I am not enjoying this space where I'm finding myself, I know I can do this. I know I can do this because I've done it before. I've done a lot of hard things. What do I need to get to that place? Right now, there's a gap between where I am and feeling I can do this. Because I know I can do it. What I really want is to feel I can do it. Feeling I can do it. Allowing myself to feel I can do it. Clearing out all the shit so that I can bring in, I know I can do it. Well, what's in my way? What is it that I feel is blocking me from feeling I know I can do this? Maybe it's a belief. Oh, you're conceited if you talk that way to yourself. You got to be humble about it. You can't speak that boldly. People will judge you for that. Forget that. I know I can do this. And it doesn't matter if I tell anyone or not. I know I can do this. Maybe I'm just so full of emotion and I'm trying to bite it back so I don't explode and spew it all over everyone else. I don't feel like I have room for positivity right now. Okay. But even with that, I still know I can do this. Being full of chaotic emotion right now is not going to stop my progress. It makes it less pleasant. I don't want to be feeling this, but it's okay if I am. Because even with that, I know I can do this. I know I can do this. And when it works for me, I can release the overwhelm. I can release the big emotion in whatever way that fits. And when I do, I'll feel better. But even when I'm stuck with nasty feelings, I still know I can do this. I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. And even if I have other thoughts, doubts, feelings, they're not as strong as my knowledge that I know I can do this. I'll get through this. Oh, I wonder what choices I have in this. I have all the choices in this. And you know what else? I can change my mind. Maybe today I want to be sour about it. Maybe today I just want to complain. I'll still get through this because I know I can do it. And maybe tomorrow I'll be in the best mood ever, no matter what. No one can bring me down. And that's great. Still get through it, and I know I can do this. I believe in myself. And I know I believe in myself because I'm still giving a try. I'm still pushing forward. And it's okay if my emotions are more complicated than that on some days, because the root of it all is that I still know I can do this. I can do this. I believe in myself, and I can do this. Okay, take a deep breath in. How did that do for you? Did that feel empowering? Did that feel strong, enlivening? Did you get any insights while you were doing it? Did you have pushback while you were doing it? Um, this is kind of a 2.0 version of sitting and imagining something that you're about to do when you're engaging your subconscious mind. Because remember, your subconscious is not linear. Everything's happening all at once. Everything that's in there, it's all happening right now. If you are projecting a future event and tapping, then your subconscious mind is going, oh, and good things and strong things. And this is how we're looking for it to go this way. And you actually start building neuro bridges to help you make that connection so that when you are in that situation, you are looking for that solution because your brain is wired, physically wired to look for that now. So crazy awesome. So I hope that was helpful and insightful for you. I'm going to go back to the chat. I'm going to do one more tap. Okay. There are a lot of physical things in here. And we haven't tapped specifically on the body. Good. I'm glad that was helpful. Okay, awesome. Yay. Let's tap specifically on physical issues. Yeah. Okay. So tune into your body. For some of you, it's very obvious, but it is you'll be tapping on. If it's less obvious to you, you don't have to look for something that's wrong, right? You can go, oh, I would love to have a good night's sleep tonight. Or yeah, I would love to feel more confidence in my flexibility, or bending over be more easy. It can be something very simple. It doesn't have to be a large issue. When we address our bodies, we tend to really dive in. So something small works too. So just tune into your body. And as you think about what you're focusing on, if you're having emotions about it, first of all, that's okay. And please allow that. Second of all, um, ask yourself if you can go into a space of curiosity. That yes, those emotions are valid, and I hear you and I see you. But can we look at this in a curious way right now? Just ask for that permission from yourself. Even though, as I tune into my body, I'm noticing this issue, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though, as I tune into my body, I wish this part were better, I still deeply and completely accept myself. Even though, as I tune into my body, what I notice is what's wrong with it, I deeply and completely accept myself anyway. My body, my physical body, this body that's mine. This next phrase might be a little difficult. This broken body, it just doesn't work right. Just doesn't work the way that I want it to or that I need it to. This broken body. It's so complicated. It's really difficult to figure out. And even though this body feels broken in some way and difficult to figure out, I deeply and completely accept it. That's right. I deeply and completely accept my broken body. Even if saying that makes me feel angry, even if saying that makes me feel defeated, whatever response I feel to the phrase that I accept my broken body, I still do it. I still accept it. This body, my judgments on this body, my emotions towards this body, I forgive this body for being broken. I do. I forgive it for every wrong it's ever dealt me. I forgive it for all of the pain, I forgive it for all the times it wouldn't heal. I forgive it for all the times it's been confusing to diagnose. I deeply and completely forgive my body in every single way I've ever seen it to fail me. Forgiving my body. I'm sorry, body. I'm sorry that I have been so angry at you. I'm sorry that I have aimed so much frustration in your direction. I'm sorry for making you feel unwanted. I'm sorry for acknowledging more the parts of you that aren't working than the parts of you that are. Asking for forgiveness. Forgiveness from my body. Relationship with my body. Relationships are complicated. There's a lot of layers. Things don't always match up. Issues arise. So if I have a relationship with my body, then what does this look like? How do I have a healthy relationship with my body, even if it's complicated? A healthy relationship with my body. Loving my body. Appreciating my body. Supporting my body. Even when my body gets complicated. Even when my body needs a lot of support. Even when my body can't quite tell me what's wrong or how to fix it. Right now, I choose to support my body anyway. I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to have something be wrong and not know exactly what that is. I know what it feels like to not have the answers. In giving my body support and understanding isn't going to make it stop trying to heal. In fact, maybe the opposite will happen. Maybe by releasing all of this angst against it, it'll be able to heal quicker. Maybe it'll be able to heal more easily. But even if it doesn't, I will feel better about it. I will feel stress relief. I will feel happier. I will feel more relief. That's a lot of positive outcomes. Positive outcomes have a way of producing more positive outcomes. So I just really believe that as I work on a positive relationship with my body, even with complications, I'm working towards an overall positive outcome. The gift of a positive outcome for me and my body. And as I figure out all the little ways that I can give myself this gift, give my body this gift, I deeply and completely love and accept myself and my body. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me this week. Thank you for all of your comments. I really appreciate how much all of you shared today, saying hello and in sharing where you are. I hope that something that we tapped on today brightened you, lightened you, put a smile on your face, gave you some insights. It's a beautiful process, you know. Sometimes it's small, sometimes it's bigger. But what I love is that we're all here together, and it's really meaningful to me. So thank you for being here and being a part of it. I will keep you in my heart and in my mind all week long. Again, email me with anything you want to tap on or any questions that you have. Sometimes I take questions and I turn them into the videos that I post on a weekly basis. One comes live every Friday. If you have questions about tapping, we have tons of resources on our website as well as our YouTube page. The YouTube page is EFT space universe, website EFTuniverse.com. So have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.